just understanding the wind and how to play the wind. So what else you guys got?
Before this, you said that you really couldn't wrap your mind around like what this would be like. You went through it, you did it.
Yeah.
I mean, was there like a moment today that got you emotional? Like, what was today like for you?
Well, I've probably cried 5 times today. I'm not kidding. Several times I had to like bite my lip to hold it together. It's been a very emotional day. I lost it when I saw the alumni. I mean, I hugged Brianna home, and I haven't seen her since she left here. You know, she's been playing in Israel, and just how much that means to me. You know, I lost it when at the pep rally today when I wanted to read a note that Kennedy Orr wrote. I was too emotional. I couldn't read the whole thing, so I just read the last line, which is, "Coach, tonight, the impossible, we're going to make it possible." And after this beautiful note that she wrote to every one of her teammates, and, you know, that just things like that all day long.
So how did you make it through the tunnel walk? What were you thinking your one time?
I just did the radio with Lauren. She goes, "You had a smirk on your face." Yeah. She goes, "You were thinking you're the Nebraska football coach." I go, "You're right." I felt like I'm leading the team out in this tunnel walk. It's unbelievable. So I'm really excited for Coach Rule to have his first tunnel walk out, because you can't describe it. It's unreal. It's unreal.
Able to sleep last night? Like, was there anything that you were like stressing about logistically, or did you kind of just let it like at one point just go?
I went to Zach Bryan last night, so I couldn't sleep because I was so fired up. I had his songs in my head, and so I had a distraction. And yeah, that's a great concert, by the way.
After all the hype, 92,000 you broke, all the records you've been to, you feel pride in that? You feel glad you accomplished that? What's your reaction to seeing the record?
Yeah, well, there is a lot of satisfaction in that, to know, you know, it's not me, it's a celebration of Nebraska volleyball at all the levels in this state, and we, you know, took a chance by playing in Memorial Stadium and to go for the record and break it. So not only we make a statement to everybody else how important volleyball is here, and we want the record, but we did it to the world. And I don't think anybody ever could have envisioned that when this whole thing started. And so it feels like a great accomplishment for this sport called volleyball, played by the women in Nebraska. It's a state treasure, and we just proved it.
Coach, you remember back in 1999 when the Women's World Cup was at the Rose Bowl? That was the record in the United States, not the world record.
Yeah.
But how big of a deal that was. That was the World Championship in California. This broke that. Can you put that in perspective, or do you remember watching that?
I remember it's like it was yesterday. It was so impactful seeing those women compete and their celebration afterward, and you know, and that made a mark on women's sports in this country. And again, they showed what could be done, and how big a crowd they could draw. But that was a U.S. team playing in I think it was a world championship at the time, and this is a college volleyball team, Division I college volleyball team playing another in-state Division I volleyball team, and the 2 Division II teams. So I think this is going to impact a lot of people, and really, I mean, there's everybody from the Big Ten's here, Charlie Baker from the NCAA's here, and all these people are getting to witness history, and I just think it's going to elevate the sport of volleyball even more and put it on a great trajectory.
What did Trev and the hundreds of staff allow you and your team to experience over the last 2 hours?
What do you?
What kind of experience did this give your players and give you the last 2 hours on here?
You have to ask them. I mean, it's been an amazing day, and yesterday too. Of course, I was stressed out about playing, and it got a little windy, so I was worried about that. But I think the biggest thing is women's sports are a big deal here, and they got to experience what the men get to experience on the same level as, all the greatest football teams that have played here. We just got to experience it, and maybe in some ways even more because of how the crowd interacted and the students on the field. I think that's what also set this thing off. I mean, you're just surrounded by all these people on the field, and then you got the whole stadium part of it. I just think experiencing a big-time event in a big stadium, there's a lot of young kids there that got to see this tonight. I saw them all a couple hours before the match. I took a walk and just saw all the kids here tonight, young girls. I took about 3,000 pictures with them. That's how I know.
Final questions for Coach.
How do you feel like your team performed under that huge pressure tonight?
I think they performed great. I was very, very impressed with how they handled the moment. And it was not easy with the wind, trying to make those adjustments. And I thought they did a wonderful job doing it. Very proud of them.
Does that change kind of how you see this team and maybe what they can become, how they handle this moment?
I think we took a big step on this because this is as big as anything they're ever going to play in.
Does an event like today sort of show the world that if you take the time and invest money in women's sports, volleyball, that people will come out and watch like they did today?
No question, and we've been doing that ever since Coach Pettit started here, and then since I've been here. I'll never forget when we were in the Coliseum. He's a big architect guy, and he talked about how the buildings will shape how people feel. And in that Coliseum, all the lights and everything, all the attention was focused on that volleyball court. We tried to replicate that in Devaney, which I think we have, and it's about what's going on in that volleyball court. It's not about who's throwing hot dogs and T-shirts. It's about what is going on in that volleyball court, the level of play, the athleticism, the type of athletes, student athletes that we have that people can connect with and they feel a part of. And that's what we've tried to do. And to be honest with you, we just did that in front of 92,000 people tonight. I think we played for the person in the highest seat on that east balcony. We were playing for those people up there, and I think they felt a part of it.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, you guys.
Okay, questions for Lexi or Andy? Lexi, I was struck by you in the tunnel walk. You could not suppress the grin. You're really serious. I mean,
Yeah.
And you were not at all. What was going through your mind and just your heart in that moment when you were going through that tunnel?
Yeah, I mean, I was really just trying to stay in the moment and stay present and soak it all in. And I mean, I was super excited. So, I mean, I couldn't just hold a serious face. I just wanted to show everyone kind of how happy I was and how excited I was. And yeah, it was a crazy emotions, that's for sure, that tunnel walk.
Coach talked about Kennedy's note to the team. What was your reaction to that note?
She gave us all individual notes, but I thought it was really impactful from her just because, I mean, she values her relationship so much, and for her to kind of take that time to send everyone a little pick me up right before this big game, I think it was really powerful for everyone. Mm-hmm. The what? Oh yeah, I have some hidden talent, Always wanted to do that in front of the crowd, so I thought it was time.
You guys knew coming in this could set a world record, and now you have. And when you really think about that, literally, in the history of the world, there's never been a bigger crowd for a women's sports event. How does that, just sit with you that you know?
I mean, it's incredible. I don't have enough words to describe it. Coming in, we knew that there were at least 95,000 people there, and then when our team, we were walking out of the tunnel after the second set, and we had heard on the speaker that we had just broken the world record. And I know everyone was trying to stay locked in, but we were also so excited. So we were celebrating in the tunnel, walking out, because it's just incredible. And I can't describe like just how grateful I am to be a part of it and be a part of Husker Nation and just their support.
Did that emotion come out in that post-match dance party? I mean, is that what you're trying to suppress with focus? Did that come out in the dance party?
Yeah, I think in the beginning it was a huge thing for our team that we were telling each other to just like soak it up, but also lock in, as Coach said. And so after we were locked in for 3 sets, we had played our game, it kind of, all the emotions came out and we got to have our dance party.
Once the match got going, like 10, 15 points into it, what was most different about a regular season match at the beginning?
I think the thing that we were all trying to adjust to was just the wind a little bit and just like the outside elements. But I think like the crowd at first, it's really big and like the depth percentage is kind of off. But I feel like once we got going, like a crowd is a crowd and we were just all focused on like the 6 people on the court. So I think the biggest thing during that game was kind of just managing the wind and focusing on like how we can control our side.
Kind of following up on that, you guys started, sun's out, you finished, it's dark. I don't know how you can ever practice that. You couldn't do that yesterday. Did it make a difference, or could you tell, or is it tunnel vision when you're out?
I think like even switching from one side to another, like there's little adjustments just to kind of get used to like the background and the lighting. But honestly, once it got darker and like the big lights came on, I thought it was a little easier to like track the ball and see.
Like, so you guys are used to the adoration of little girls and experiencing that, but tonight you had a nationally televised match. It's all over Twitter. What do you think it meant for little girls in particular to see a women's sports event like this with this moment?
I think it's huge, and I've been saying it ever since we kind of were considering this to be like an option for a game, but I've just been saying that it's so huge for little girls to get to see a women's sport and volleyball being played on this big of a stage and having so many people invest into it. I think it's huge because when you're little, like you have big dreams and big goals, and I think having this to kind of look up to is something that a lot of little girls will kind of keep in the back of their mind when they're pursuing the sport of volleyball.
A specific instance today at the pep rally with Becca and the little girl, and what was going through your mind as you were watching that interaction unfold?
For me, it was a little emotional. I think a lot of the team kind of got a little teary-eyed, and I mean, including Coach, but I think it was like the first time that it kind of set in, like the impact that we have with this game specifically. And I mean, it was just, I thought it was really cool that like Becca got to interact with her, and just that those 2 little girls kind of got to come up and express their love for us and for Husker volleyball. So I thought it was really special.
Not only did you guys break the world record tonight, you broke the attendance record in Memorial Stadium. What does that mean to you that now this historic place, the attendance record, is held by Nebraska volleyball?
Yeah, I mean, I've already said it, but it's incredible. There's no words to describe it. And I know that our team has worked so hard, and obviously Nebraska volleyball has a huge legacy. So we have to give credit to the women who did it before us, because we wouldn't be here without them. But just knowing that we hold that record and the amount of work that we have put in, every girl on this team deserves it, and I'm just really proud to be a part of it.
Lexi, what was the wind doing to the ball? What kind of adjustments did you have to make?
So the wind on one side was kind of blowing into our faces, and then on the other side it was blowing like away from us. And so kind of mostly with our serves, we kind of had to adjust, like not hitting it as hard on one side, and then trying to really hit it harder, like going into the wind. And then we kind of talked about like controlling like our side, so just like setting it not as high and passing it not as high, and just trying to like kind of lower it so we don't let the wind like take the ball around. But it was kind of making it kind of float a little farther and kind of drop into the wind. So there was some plays, but for the most part, I thought we did really good with handling it.
And you like those nice, quick, flat sets too?
Oh yeah, and they were helpful tonight. I know that when I'm M1, it's preferable to run a dog or a slide, but tonight with the wind, it was just stay in front and shoot it out of Bergen's hands, be up for her, and that's really what we worked on, and it worked.
Oh yeah.
Andy, you guys are 4-0. Now the competition's going to ramp up a little bit. Are you guys ready now that this will be in the rearview mirror?
Oh yeah, this team is ready. We're competitive, we're ready to go, and I'm really excited for season to see how we do.
Anything else? Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.